Alrighty folks, what are we doing today? Well, the plan is going to be, let's neutral lock up and get our shifter. That's the big one we're going to try to do. I haven't got my steering shaft, so we can't really like commit and fully get this in. But on that note, I don't know where it is, right there. We got our blinker doodad, so we can kind of get that going. And we can fix that bobo I did with the steering. This is my throttle back here, and you can see I made the hole a little too big. And then on the inside, what happened with that also, what compounded with that, hopefully you guys can see here, I screwed up and I made my hole a little too high, so when I pull the gas pedal, it actually is rubbing on here. So my goal is to fix that by just tilting it down. I gotta fix that up there anywho. So we'll get that going. And then we can get our signal stuff in here. But first things first, I'm gonna not worry about the gate right at the moment. I think first thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna jump down here and we're gonna figure out how to put an arm on there and get down to the transmission. So I'm hoping I can do that with a rod down towards the transmission so I don't have to, I don't know, I get a light here because I got to see what's going on. Well, now we have some light. So somewhere way down there, I have that shifter I made. So I need this to come up, and it's gonna have to come onto this side of here, which we don't have nothing right now. So I'm going to loosely come up with an idea we can snug on there, and when it's good, I can zap it onto here, and then, so I'll kind of make it to go onto this collar. What I'm going to do is we're going to cut a plate that's going to fit into here. It's going to stick out, and it's going to have an adjustable slot because, well, we don't know how far the throw of anything's going to go to get through all the gears. And down there, it's already kind of slotted and adjusted that I can do some stuff. So first things first, I'm going to just, we'll crank the car up, and I'm going to run a rod to get a rough idea where everything's going to sit. I think I have some kind of a rod I can use, and then it'll give me an idea how far we can go off the steering column to get stuff figured out. Well, you can see the shifter thing that I made. So you can see all the lengths of adjustability I put on it. Like I can make a pin or a rod that holds on to here and snugs on and then can kind of do its business, but I can also adjust the length of it. So kind of bolts on, gives me a little bit of everything. This thing is going to be fairly mechanical, but just looking at this here, it actually looks like I'm going to be okay. I'm not going to use this rod. I'll have to make something else up, but for the most part, with a slight little kink in it, like if this shifter comes here and pushes down, as long as we got a little bit of room, yeah. I don't know. I think it's straightforward. I'm just going to come up with, like here we're in park. If we spin around here and then we got reverse, neutral first, like all the way down to drive. So as long as we come up and we have room, we should be okay. And then while I'm down here, I'm going to switch out all these lines because these are not working. It was just leaking like a sieve. Looks more so on the upper one, really. That looks like the one that's rather moist there, but I'll just do both anyways. I don't know why. This rubber already just feels hard, so I don't know what the deal is with that. Okay, so I'm gonna look around though, see if I have some shift rods, because it might be just easier to weld the washer to here and just stick this pin through wherever I need to and be done. Maybe not, but I guess I have some solid rod I could use too, but anyways, we're gonna make up a little, we're gonna lower the car, and then I'm going to, I don't know, just make a very simple bracket that we're gonna cut out on our fast cut here, and I think it should be that simple, and when we're done, we'll just kind of weld it on there and away we go. So I wandered around outside, found this little bit of rod. I think it's might be for like a hood or a fender support, but I don't know. The ends look doable for what I want. Got a handful of bolts. We're gonna have to go under there, have a look-see. So the plan is gonna be, you can see how I fastened it up here for now. Right now I put a little sleeve in here because this thing does have to pull in and out yet for my indents, but we've got a nut. So essentially if this all works out, I'll kind of zap this all together, and then when you rotate your steering shaft, this thing can kind of go up and down. Now, to a degree, I gotta play this game of how far I can go with it here, but anyways, we'll pretend there. That might be a little too high. I'm just trying to see where it's in the car, so it's kind of high, but we'll see. We'll see how that works. Now my plan, I'll probably just beat that thing. This thing's like at a weird angle right now, so I'll probably just beat it so it's like flat. But under the car, we're probably gonna have to come down and then kick it back, and for sure it's too long. So I don't know if that's a problem now. I think what I'll do is we'll just try to straighten this thing out right now and stick it on. Oh, hold on. This side's pretty straight because we can cut it when we're down below. There we go. All right. No problem. Let's get this together here. And we're just going to do everything temporarily, just so we can get a feel of how this is going to work. In the big picture, this will have a big jam nut on it, and then I could even weld this. There's adjustability in this shaft right now, so it should be okay. So now we jack the car up, and then, well, see if we can figure the bottom side out. I'll probably have to go get do you guys have these little Asian beetles? My goodness, they are infesting everything around here. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go get my saw. We're gonna cut that. We might bring the welder over. I'm gonna give it a little tack weld yet. And I don't know, then we can go upstairs and try it and see if it kind of works. If it does, it'd be awesome. We'll be able to trim all of this, but for now I need this to kind of semi line up with that thing. I could bend it, but I need to weld the end on it anyways, so we'll find a happy medium. Let's see here. How do I want to do this? I'd love it if this could go like that. Maybe I can do a little. Get some of my stuff out of the way here. Oh. Well, that's actually pretty good. See how much more I can bend this thing. I think that's pretty good. Let's actually cut this off and put that rod on it. Let's see how this, I think I got to straighten this one too a bit. All right, I don't think this has to be perfectly straight. If it's off to a bit of an angle, that makes it better, but. All right, I'm gonna cut this quick. You can do this to this. Don't like that. How about like that? It's not too shabby. We could butt it right up. There we go. This thing. Okay. Take a little bit off of this one. I think we'll have a pretty good shifter in my eyes. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't do that. In case I screw myself yet. Nah, we'll be okay. Yeah, I'll be okay. So now we put this one on. Then eventually what I'll do is I'll put a lock nut on here, so like a jam nut, so this can't come loose. But if we tackle this, I guess I'll try it like this first, and we'll see how that goes. I feel it gives me distance everywhere. I'm gonna move you guys back so I don't burn it. Well, that is not very pretty, but I think it'll work. I just got to get a couple screws out from the firewall. Right now when I go down one, I can tell it's hitting something right there. Actually, I'm a little worried that's going to screw up over the whole swing. All right, now I got to cut that because now it's too short. Well, in theory, it works. We'll see how it feels in the car. When that's said and done, then we do jam nut, we fully weld this, and then we can figure out our indents for the shifter. All right, let's see how this feels. Went a little aggressive up there, but so that would be, boy, that is a real easy drop. It's gonna need a lockout for sure. That's like, okay, so anyways, reverse, neutral, drive, second. Can I get down more? Can't get down, so I'm going to see what's going on there. All right, well, it looks okay. Oh, maybe we are in first. All right, so we got to do our counts back. So I needed room to provision to be able to pull this thing in, because when I do the indents, we have to pull up on the shifter. So that's all the way down. So that would be second, drive, neutral, reverse, and then park. Park and reverse are so close to each other and so soft. So I got to be able to do this. I don't know if I need to pull that far, but I need to pull back a little bit. Oh, I can see I'm hitting that screw. So that's my problem right now. All right, well, I think theory's good. I think I'll just pull those two screws out. My column's gonna stay where it is, should be fine. So I should be able to do the indent counts, and then I think I'll put a piece of tape and I'll try to figure out how far my stuff's gonna move, and then we can kind of make maybe a lever with a piece of steel where I just maybe drill some indents in it, so when you push down on the shifter, it'll lock into whatever spot. I don't know, see if that works. All right. So we got it all sorted out. We go through all the motions now. Now we can see that rod that I left. So what I gotta do is basically make a schwank that goes off that's going to line up with that thing. Like basically I'm just gonna put a pin through it, and then to get out of gear you just pull back, the pin will pull out, and then, you know, from park we'll pull out, go here, we can drop from reverse to neutral, and then we want to indent out to get into drive. Maybe drive second, but it's not that big. So that drive might end up being one of those it'll venture to one or the other one, but. That was honestly my third try. I keep dulling my drill bits here. All right. They didn't see me doodling this, but I did come up with this, which is going to be my paper pattern. Hopefully my light's not screwing you folks up. Try to move that a little bit, make that a little bit better. Okay, so here's my thought. This notch is going to go in the steering shaft. This should go behind my shifter a bit. So when it's all said and done, I'm going to go here. This will be my park. And my original thought was I was going to take a pencil in there, but I don't know if that's going to work. So let's just poke a nail through there. That'll be my center. Perfect. So that's park. Gotta find these all out now. That's park. Flashes are fogging up. That's first. Second, let's get drive sorted out. So, I drill a 1/4-inch hole. We're gonna put a 1/4-inch bolt in it, but we're gonna make this plate with 3 holes in it. And the chances are of the reverse one, I'll get that one kind of slopped into neutral probably, but we'll see. All right, seen me fumbling around there before, but I made that little bracket. I was using my little, whatever this shaper thing for tracing stuff. I was using it, but for some reason it wasn't scaling it right. So when I redrew it, like I basically just want it for the rough shape. I wasn't gonna use it because it's so jagged when I trace stuff out. Like this just never really works well. When I was trying to trace it onto here or use that program, it was like getting shadows and making it all blotchy and black. So I was kind of just set it up with my, on a piece of wood. I redrew it. I put it in the program and then I used it to get my shape that I needed for the pattern. At least it was pretty close. And honestly, it's pretty much bang on. Now, if you look, we're pretty close. I know park is gonna be good. We go out, my neutral reverse lockout's a little off, but we can tweak that with a die grinder a bit. And then from there, I go forward and you see it'll lock in and that holds me in drive. So I'm gonna adjust this thing with a die grinder a little bit, but in theory, everything actually works. Right now, I can't do nothing with the column. It's locked. And then, like you say, when you pull this out, and then I lock it in place. So we have all those working. I guess if you really wanted a neutral safety switch or something, you could hook it up on there. I'm not gonna bother with that. But in theory, that works. So I can pull this out, we can weld this up solid, I can weld this up all solid. And in the meantime, what I'm going to do, because somewhere I have my blinker dealio, I'm gonna get that wired up to the column, because I think when I pull this off for the last time, finish these little bits up, I can wire that, it'll be done. I'll splash a little paint on here. And I think we're gonna call this a good one. I didn't get everything I wanted done in this video, but that's kind of my MO. Everything always happens like that. But because I think when I get this thing all wired up, I have exhaust. Now I got a few more things to do yet. I got to do the emergency brakes. Then I don't have to be under the car at all. We should be all done with everything under the car other than exhaust. I might just do something really temporary. I'm not sure how I want to do that just yet. I'd like to make like a custom exhaust, but I haven't got my exhaust machine yet. So, anyways, let's just pull the column. Let's zap that together, wire up the signals. It should be pretty easy. Maybe I'll make a very simple bracket to fix my Bobo with the gas pedal. That'd be pretty good. I think that'd be pretty good. I didn't get everything I wanted, but it would get me pretty darn close. right, got a whole bunch done. Well, I feel like I got a lot done. Anyways, over here we have fresh paint, but this is the doodad that's going to sit on the firewall like that. Oh, maybe you're not focusing. Anyways, this is going to sit on the firewall. Ugh, let me put this down. So this is going to sit on the firewall, and you can see the hole up on top. So that means my throttle pedal is, like my cable, is going to go just at the right perfect angle. In the car, things I got done and things I found out. I don't have the dash bolted in, so I have to do that. We'll go around to the other side here. But that's done. My steering shaft hasn't come in, so I can't bolt it in permanently yet anyways. We did get our blinkers in, and that works. So all of our lights, stuff like that. So now if we do the key on, do I have that working? I don't know if I have my, maybe the battery bank. I don't have a battery for the car yet, so I kind of had my booster pack running, but I forgot about it, so I'm sort of thinking it's dead. Maybe not. All right, so we got our booster pack bumping there. I'm not trying to start it anyways, but we have all of our lights working. So we got our blinkers. Well, they don't flash on here, but with our speedo there, it actually has an indicator. I don't know if you can actually see it, but we ran a GPS speedometer in here, so we have, you know, our left, our right. I think if I go here, we got our four ways, and all of our lights, well, last time I looked, they were all working. So we got everything there in the back, good to go. And then in the front, we got all that working too. So that is a huge win. I think my little jumper pack's pretty much dead, but I haven't been playing with it too much, but it doesn't like this duty, this life, where it's being used as my battery for my car. Anyways, I'm thinking I am done for the night. I don't feel like doing too much more. But on that note, I think we got a few things we can actually bump off of our list here. Not very many, but we do have some things. Our list, well, I don't have a pen, but our shifter's done. Our transmission lines are done. We got still some problems with this stuff. I haven't done that yet, so I gotta do that. We still have glass. Wire brake pedal. I don't know what that was about. Oh, brake switch, maybe? I don't know now. My brakes work, and the brake lights work, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Anyways, wire signal switch. So I got that, front signals. Yeah, we're pretty much, well, we're wiping things around. I think we got to get it running because I believe the wiper motor on here is actually going to be vacuum, so I'll have to play with that yet. Well, basically, we just got to hook up vacuum and then cross our fingers it works. That's kind of the thought. I know Austin's car, he's been playing with his, and he's got all of his stuff working, so. Anyways, folks, I am thinking I'm kind of done for the night. Kind of have everything working. I don't know. I'm missing some parts, so we can't quite finish that off. On the slate for the next run is going to be, I got to get the emergency brakes done. I'm going to just build the front part of an exhaust to a muffler so I can take it for a rip, but it's not like excessively loud, and Pablo won't enjoy that. I don't really care, but because it's not a real drive, but I want to take it for one drive, do a little shakedown, see how it is up and down the roads. But I got to finish a few of those things before we go take it for a burn and then tear the glass out. I got to tear all the glass out, and I got to send it in and get all new stuff made. So that's on the slate. I like to put a carpet in it, do just some door panels, some door cards, some stuff like that. I'm not doing anything fancy. I got to still bolt the dash in. So we got a little bit to do, but it's not terrible. We're on the home stretch here. So, yeah, I'm guessing on that note, I think that's where we're going to leave this one. So, as always, folks, I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.